Do you think what makes you different to the others, to the next rung on the ladder, if you like, of very good players, is the dedication level that you put in?
I think I'm good, but I think my main strength, it's my mind. I think it's my strongest point, it's my mind. Pierce, the numbers they don't lie. If you see during the last 15 years, my level is always kind of the same. So effort, dedication, work hard, because the talent is not enough anymore. And if you don't dedicate it 100%, you're not gonna reach the level that you want. For example, you arrive home, you had a lunch, you do it a quick nap, and you wake up, you play with your kids, blah, blah, and I have to go to the gym at least 30, 40 minutes, but this will make the difference in the end of the day, you understand? If you not do it that work, you miss one. The next day, it's 2 sessions that you lost, and I know in the end of the day, in the hand, they're gonna make a huge difference. This is why I'm 34 and I look 28.
When you try and give advice to these younger players, what do you say to them? What do you try and guide them to be like?
I think the best advice, I'm not the kind of guy to like to give advice. I prefer to be as example.
Yes.
Because I'm an example. I'm there every morning. I do the same stuff. I'm probably the first ones to arrive and the last ones to go out. I think the details speak for itself. So, because as I told you before, they listen one thing and in 2 minutes they already forgot and do it whatever they think it's better. This is why I say I like to lead by example. And some ones, they follow me, not much, but...
See, I just find that incredible. That if I was a young footballer and I had Cristiano Ronaldo at my club, that I wouldn't want to spend every second watching him, listening to him, observing the way you go about your business. And yet from what you're saying, clearly they're not interested.
They don't care. Some ones yes, but most of them no. But for me it's not surprise me. Don't surprise me because they're not gonna have longevity careers in my opinion. It's impossible. It's impossible to see, for example, my generation, you see many players, they reach 36, 37, 38 in high level. I think this generation, you're gonna count by your hands how many gonna reach in that level, because these years of preparation, it helps a lot.
You're still scoring goals regularly for Manchester United. You're about the only one who is. But then you get hit by an awful episode in your life, probably the worst time of your life, where your partner, Georgina, she's pregnant with twins and is actually giving birth to these 2 babies, and your baby son doesn't survive. And I don't think I can imagine. I have 4 kids, you have a lot of children. You know, you can't imagine a worse thing to happen than to go a full term of a pregnancy, particularly for the poor mother in that case, but also for you. What was that like for you, that time in your life?
It's probably the worst moment that I passed through my life since my father died. You know, when you have a kid that you expect that everything will be normal and you have that problem, it's hard, you know, as human being that I am, me and Georgina, why we had quite difficult moments because we don't understand why happened to us. Was difficult, to be honest, was very, very difficult to understand what's going what's going on in that period of our life. As you know, the football carry on. They are so fast, many competitions. The football don't stop. We have many competitions. And pass through in that moment was probably the most difficult moment that I had in my life. Me and my family, especially Gio, that was tough.
Someone said to me, what drives Cristiano Ronaldo? I don't think it's money. I think it's being the best, beating people. It's that competitive streak.
The records, the adrenaline. But Piers, let's be honest. The last years, the football changed. I see football now as a business, to be honest. Sometimes Georgians have expression that I don't understand. They treat you players like a piece of meat. I say, yes, you say everything is true. When they want you, when they count with you, they give you everything. When they don't, they try to make a hard life to you.